Welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we are going to be learn about the inheritance in Java. So, inheritance in Java is a mechanism in which one object acquires all the properties and the behaviors of the parent objects. The idea behind inheritance in Java is that you can create a new classes that are built upon existing classes. When you inherit from an existing class, you can reuse the method and fields of parent class, and you can add new method to the field also. On the other words, the inheritance is the process by which one class acquires the properties, means the data members, and the functionalities, means the methods, of another class is called inheritance. I told you that the aim of the inheritance is provide the reusability of the code. So that's a class has to write only the unique features and rest of the common properties and the functionalities can be extended from the other another class. So in inheritance we have the child and the parent class concept. The class that extend the features of another class is known as child class or a subclass, or we can also call it the derived class. The class those properties and the functionalities are used or inherited by another class is known as a private class, superclass, or a base class. So the question here is why we use inheritance. For inheritance, we used for method overriding, means runtime polymorphism can be achieved. So in method overloading overriding, uh, the runtime polymorphism can be achieved. So the polymorphism, we just learned about the polymorphism in our next upcoming lectures, and the another benefits why we use the inheritance in Java is for code reusability. So how to create a inheritance in our Java? So here I just go to the default package and new. Here I just click on the package source and the package. So here in the package I just write inheritance, okay, and then finish. So you can see we have a new package here. So now here I just write the class name, and the class name here is a dot java. So what is the syntax of the inheritance? So inheritance syntax is class, subclass, name, and extends. So extend is a keyword which is used for inherit, and the super class name means the parent class name here, and the methods and the field. The extends keyword indicates that you are making a new class that's derived from an existing class. The meaning of the extend is to increase the functionality. In the terminology of Java, a class which is inherit is called parent or a superclass, and the new class is called the child class or a subclass. Here I just create a package which is the name of inherit, and then I just create a class which is A. So A is a parent class here, and I just add a new child class which is B dot Java. We have the two classes here which is A and the B. So in the A class, I just remove this one and I just write a float and salary. So the salary of employee here is 40,000. Okay, and it is a float value. So this is a parent class. Now here I just go to the child class. So this A class will be, so this B class will be inherit from A class and it will get the value of the float salary. Now I just go to the B class and here I just write class and then here I just write B and I just choose the extend keywords. So class B extend from class A and here and I just remove this one like this one and here I just write class B and it is extend from class number A. So I just make A class which is parent and the B class which is child. Here I just write int and bonus which is equal to 10,000. So give it the bonus to the 10,000 which is salary. Okay, here I just write public and it's public static void main and then strings and the arguments. Now here I just write class B and here I just write salary for S and new B. Okay, and then I just write system, so B is a capital here, so system dot out dot print line and the print line here is and the print line here is salary after salary with, so only salary I just write here and then I just write plus s dot salary. Okay, so I just concatenate the salary here and then system dot out dot print line which is salary after bonus. Okay, and then here I just write plus s dot bonus. Okay, so this is the bonus here. So now I just check the output for this code so you can see. I just click on the execute and then you can see salary is 40,000 and it is a float value here and salary after bonus is 10,000 which is the bonus here. Now we see what is the logic behind it. Here we have two classes. One is the class A and one is the class B. So the A here is a parent class and the B here is the child class. Okay, now we have the one float value which is a salary in the A class. So B inherit the value from which is the salary from A class and then add with the bonus which is a integer and the value of the bonus is 10,000, and the salary is the 40,000 here. So B inherit from A. So A is a parent class here and the B is the child class here. Now we see the another example of inheritance. I just take the package name, which is inheritance 2, and then here I just create a two classes name. So one is the teacher dot java here, and the another class name which is teacher is computer teacher here. Okay, so and yes, so in the teacher class I just write a string and designation. Okay, so designation is teacher, and then I just take one another string which is college name, and the college name here is spread tax. Then I just take void and does. Okay, and then system.out.println, which is teaching. Now I just create a parent class with the name of a string which is designation and the string which is the college name. Now I just go to the child class here. So here I just write public class and the class name, and here I just write extends, and extend is the teacher. Okay, so now I just write a string, and here I just define the subjects. So the main subject which is equal to computer science. Okay, and then I just write public static void main, and then strings, string and the arguments, and then here I just write computer teacher. So I just copy this name and paste it here, and I just create the object to it which is equal to new computer teacher, and then I just call the object dot println, and then obj dot college name, and then system dot out dot println, which is object dot designation, and then system dot out dot println, which is object dot main subject, and here is a object dot college name. Okay, and here I just call this method which is does. Okay, void does. So I just create an object to it, so object dot does. So I just check this code, so you can see we have the college name which is spread text, then the designation is the teacher here, and the subject is the computer science, and the object does what I just called, which is the name of teaching. You can see here is a teaching. So in this example, we have the base class or a parent class which is teacher and a subclass which is the computer teacher. Since a computer teacher extend uh, computer teacher extend the designation and the college properties and the work method from the parent class, we need not to declare these properties and the methods in the subclass. You can see we just not need to declare these properties in the subclass. Here we have the college name, designation, and the work method which are common to all the teachers as we have declared them in the base class. This this why the child classes like computer teacher or a music teacher or a Java teacher or a Python teacher do not need to write the code and can be used directly from the base class. So the based on this example, we can say that the computer teacher, uh, ISA teacher, that's mean that a child class has a relationship with a parent class. This is inheritance is known as the relationship between the child and the parent class. Remember that the derived class inherits all the members and the methods that are declared as a public or a protected. If the members are or methods of the superclass are declared as a private, then derived class cannot use them directly. The private members can be accessed only in its own class. Such private member can only be accessed using the public or a protected gather and shatter the methods of the superclass as shown in this example. Now we see the types of inheritance in Java. On the basis of class, there can be three types of inheritance in Java. One is a single, another one is a multi-level, and the hierarchical. In Java programming language, the multiple and a hybrid inheritance is supported through the interface only. We will learn about the interface later in our this course. So note that the multiple inheritance is not supported in Java through the classes. So first of all, I just discuss the single inheritance in Java. Single inheritance refers to a child and the parent class relationship where a class extends the another class like B class extend A class. The multi-level inheritance refers to the child class and the parent class relationship where a class extends the child class. For example, class C extend class B and B extend class A. Like this will extend class B and the class B extend class A. So class A is a parent class to the class B and class B is a parent class to the class C. Now we see the hierarchical inheritance. Hierarchical inheritance refers to a child and the parent class relationship where more than one classes extend the same class. For example, class B and C is extend the same class A, means this is the parent class to the class C and class B also. So the multiple level inheritance refers to the concept of one class extending more than one classes, which mean that a child class has two parents class. Means this child class has two parent class, which is the class A and the class B. For example, class C extend both classes A and B, but Java does not support multi-level inheritance. Now we just see hybrid inheritance. Combination of more than one types of inheritance in a single program. For example, class A and B extend class C and another class D extend class A. So class A, then this is a hybrid inheritance example because it is a combination of a single and hierarchical inheritance. Means all these are the parent and the child classes to each other. So now we just see the example of single level inheritance. Single level inheritance is very easy to understand. When a class extend another class, only then we call it the single class like this one. This class A extend, sorry, the class B extend class A. So this is a single level inheritance. Now we just see another example of the single level inheritance, the package and single inheritance. Okay, and here I just create a class which is a class A dot Java, and then I just write B dot Java. Here we have the package name which is a single inheritance, and then here I just write public void method A. Okay, so I just create a method here and then system dot out dot println, and the println here is base class method. Okay, and now we just go to the B class. So here I just simply create the method which is a class A, and here I just write class B and use extends keyword, and it is extend the class A. Here I just write public void method B. Okay, and then I just write here system dot out dot println, and the println here is child class method, and then public static void main, and then string and the arguments. Now here I just create an object to it. So B class B and object which is equal to new B, and then so this is a static. So here I just write object dot method A. So I just create an object to the method A, and this is object to the method A, and it is calling here a super class, means it is calling our parent class here, and then the method 2 calling the local method, creating the object to the local method. So the method B here. Okay, so this is method B. Now we just check the output. So you can see our base class method and the child class method. You can see the base class method, it is inherit from the base class and then the child class here. Now we see the example of the multiple inheritance. Sorry, the example of the multi-level inheritance. So here I just create a package which is, so not here, and in the source package and multi-level inheritance and its inheritance. Okay, here I just create a class which is the name of car.java, and then here I just create the method. So public, and the public here is car, and then system.out.println, which is class of the car. Then I just define the void, so it will return nothing. So here is the another class which is a vehicle, and the method here which is a vehicle, and then system.out.println, and here I write vehicle type which is car. Okay, then here I just go to the another class, and here I just create a class which is bmw.java. So here we have another class, and here I just write extends car. So class bmw extend our parent class which is car, and the public bmw is a method here, and then system.out.println, which is class bmw, and here I write public void, and brand here is system.out. and system.out.println, and the brand is BMW. Okay, now here I just write public void and speed method. Now system.out.println, and the print line here is maximum 120 kilometer per hour. Okay, and after that I just go to the another class. So here I just write class, and class here is BMW 15. Okay, and then here I just write BMW 15 extends BMW. So the car is a parent class to the BMW, and BMW is a parent class to the BMW 15. Now here I just write public BMW 15 method, and then I just write system dot out dot print line, and the print line here is BMW, and model is 2015. And then I just create one another method which is public and void is speed of it, and the speed here is system.out.println, and then it's maximum up to 180 kilometer per hour. Okay, and then here I write public static void and the main method, and then a string arguments, and then here I just write BMW15, and then create an object to it which is equal to new and BMW 15. Then I just call, and this is BMW 15. Okay, and now object dot vehicle type, and then object dot brand, and then object dot speed. Okay, so I just check the output. So you can see the class BMW, the model is 2015, vehicle type is car, brand is BMW, and maximum speed of it is 150 km per hour. So in this example we have the three classes, which is car, BMW, and the BMW 15. We have done a setup class which is BMW extend the car, and the class BMW 15 extend the BMW. With the help of the multi-level inheritance setup, our BMW 15 class is able to use the method of both the classes like BMW and the car classes. So this is the example of the multi-level inheritance in Java. Now we see the hierarchical inheritance. So I just create one another package which is hierarchical, and hierarchical is inheritance. Okay, now I just create the class, and here I just create the class which is animal.java. So here I just write the class name which is animal, and void animal is eating, and then this is a method here which is the eat method, and then system.out.println, and println is eating. Then we just go to the class. So here I just create the class which is cat.java, and here I just write extend animal. So cat extend the class which is animal, and void I just write milk. So not an eat here, so I just write drink. Okay, and here's the milk. Then here I just write system.out.println, and then I just write meow. Okay, and then we just go to the another class. So here is a class which is first I just inherit this class, so it's a meow here, and then I just write the class which is dog dot java. So dog inherit from animal, and then I just write here void and bark, and then so it's an animal class. So okay, and then here I just write bark, and this is cat, yes, okay. And here I just write bark and then system dot out dot print line, which is barking. Now we just go to the hierarchical inheritance class. So now here I just create the class which is the name of hierarchical dot java, and then here I just write public static void main and then string arguments, and this is string arguments, and then here I just write cat c, which is equal to new cat, and then c dot milk, okay, and then c dot drink, okay. So you can also call it the dog functions too. So here I just check the output, so you can see I just call the two object which is milk, and the milk function is meow here, and then the animal which is drink and the eating. So this is the hierarchical inheritance example in Java. So now we just see the multiple inheritance. Why Java not support the multiple inheritance? To reduce the complexity and simplicity, the language multiple inheritance is not supported in Java. Consider a scenario: A, B, and C are the three classes. The class C inherit class A and the class A inherit class B. If a A class and the B class have the same method and you call it from the child class object, there will be ambiguity to call the method of a or a B class. Since the compiler time error are better than the runtime error, Java renders compiler time error if you inherit two classes. So whether you have the same method or a different method, there will be compile time error in your multiple inheritance. So these are the types of inheritance and the inheritance in Java. Thanks